Hey guys, what's up? Paladin here. How you guys doing? Staying sexy? I hope so. Anyways, so I wanted to address something that I kind of noticed is that I noticed that whenever I do videos about wrestling, my subscription count will randomly drop and then go back up afterwards. I don't know if it's because it's from the same person or if like I honestly can't tell. Like, did the person unsubscribe and then once they saw that I did a completely different video, they resubscribed? I don't know. I'm going to make myself appear busy while I'm on my Xbox right now because I don't want people popping up online because it bothers me. This video is not live, by the way. I probably will have wrestling stuff in the background while I'm doing this video. But I couldn't help but notice that. I noticed that whenever I'm not doing something technology related or anything, like, say for example, just talking about a video game or I don't know. I will actually be talking about Batman soon, by the way, guys. But anyways, completely unrelated topic. But yeah, I don't understand that. I'll when I'm not doing like a video when it comes to video games or like just technology in general or computer stuff, people seem to unsubscribe and then I get subscribers back randomly after that. Some of you are probably subscribed because of the WWE stuff. I don't know if you are or not, but if you are, thank you. I'm still going to be doing technology stuff, guys. It's just for the fact that I like WWE, sort of, at this moment. I kind of like WWE, and I like wrestling in general, and I just want to talk about it from time to time. If I seem like I'm doing it a lot lately, it's because it's WrestleMania season, and WrestleMania season calls for a lot of talk because it's like the Super Bowl pretty much if you don't know what WrestleMania is. But anyways, most of you that are watching this video are probably watching it because you're wrestling fans. If you're not and you're just watching it to watch me talk, or listen to me talk rather, then thank you for watching the video even though you're not a fan. I appreciate it. But anyways, I'm going to quickly address a couple of things that I think that should be addressed. And I have a lot on my mind. I'm sorry for that. I just noticed it's been like 2 minutes while I was explaining myself, but I apologize for that. I just wanted to get that out of the way. But yeah, there are some things that are on my mind that I personally want to talk about myself, without Zach being included, because that's my talking buddy. We usually talk and junk, and we do the WWE talk thing. So yeah. But, this is rather aggravating, and I feel like I should talk about it. I'm gonna talk about how I feel about WWE and how they stand at the moment. Because I am just aggravated at the moment with what WWE's decisions have been with some of their superstars, and I'm gonna address some of those superstars. So where do I begin? I think I'm gonna talk about WrestleMania first, actually. I am going to talk about WrestleMania first. I am pissed off, and as sure as a bunch of other people are probably pissed off. The main event of WrestleMania needs to change, and if it doesn't change, then it's just going to get booed heavily. If they do Randy Orton versus Batista as the main event of WrestleMania, I think fans will riot. I'm just saying, I think they actually, this time, they have the signs, if someone loses, we will riot. I think whoever wins, or whoever loses, it doesn't matter, however the match is going, etc., I think people are literally just gonna riot, or just leave. They're like, oh, no, I enjoyed I got about a good 2.5 hours worth out of this. I think I'll leave now. I paid okay money, unless you're sitting in the front row, in which case you're probably going to stay, because good God, those tickets are expensive. But anyways, if that's the main event, I don't even want to imagine the insane amounts of enragement that the fans will give it. That's like the worst match right now on the card, to be completely honest. I know the matches haven't really been announced yet, besides Randy Orton and Batista, but theoretically speaking, it's kind of going on to that way. You can tell, matches like Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio are gonna happen, And you can tell that the Shield are probably going to have a triple threat match for the U.S. title. Uh, Daniel Bryan and Triple H, I think, has pretty much been confirmed. And also, there's rumors that an NXT match will be taking place, which is actually for the NXT Championship, Bo Dallas versus Adrian Neville, which Adrian Neville beat Bo Dallas for the NXT Championship at NXT Arrival, which was pretty awesome. That match was pretty good. It was not as good as the first match, though, which was Sami Zayn and Cesaro. That was great. And the Divas match at NXT Arrival was great, too, but it had Paige and Emma in it, so why not? Yeah, Paige and Emma, if you don't know, have had a great match beforehand, and, if the first one's good, the second one's probably going to be good, too. Sometimes it's not better than the first one, but, it's still going to be a decent match. It's pretty much how I feel about... It's how I feel about Rock versus Cena, too, at WrestleMania 29. It's like, oh, it was good, but seen it already. First time is usually better. Unless it's, I don't know. The Stone Cold versus The Rock has always been great, though. I don't think they haven't had one good match. I was going to bring that up and try and see if they had any bad matches, not bad, just off matches because it already happened. But no, Rock versus Austin, all of those were pretty good, actually. But yeah, I guess I'll actually start talking about some of the superstars now. First of all, since I'm on WWE's site, I might as well talk about the guy that's standing in the very first row out of everybody else, and that's Randy Orton. Let's just say that I could care less about Randy Orton right now. I'm sorry if you're a Randy Orton fan, but I don't personally, at first, when Randy won the Money in the Bank way back last year, it wasn't that long ago, but it was a while ago, a couple months ago. When he won it, I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. It's Randy, and he kind of deserves it. He's been stale for like 2 years as a face, and I was gonna be like, all right, that's fine. He can do that. But now that I've seen what kind of heel they're making Randy, he's not defiant by himself. He's not the radical heel like the Legend Killer, or even in 2009 or 2008 when he was a heel or whatever. He's just, if the authority isn't behind me, then I'm scared and I'm gonna whine and bitch and complain. I'm not enjoying him being a heel like I thought I was going to if he was gonna turn heel after getting the Money in the Bank and winning whatever title. It's just, I don't know, man. It's not a good run for Randy, to be completely honest. And personally, out of all the people that they could have chosen to give the dual belts, Randy gets the dual belts, really? That's a little silly in my opinion. That's a little stupid. Like, him winning the WWE Championship from Bryan, I thought, oh, okay, so now him and Bryan are going to have a feud, and Bryan, I guess, will eventually win it, though, because he's, over. But that didn't happen, and then we know what's pretty much going on now. Bryan keeps getting screwed, and so forth and so on, and, he's not getting the belt, which by now he should have. This is going on a little too long, people. This whole title shenanigan shit needs to stop. It's a little ridiculous. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about every superstar on the roster. I think I'm just going to talk about all the stuff that matters at the moment. Moving on, talking about the Shield really quick. Actually, no, I think I will go back. I might as well, since I'm talking about Randy Orton, I might as well move on to Daniel Bryan really quick. The only way... Daniel Bryan versus Triple H is probably going to be a good match, don't get me wrong. But if Daniel Bryan won, so let's say, for example, loses because Triple H likes to be a whore at WrestleMania and generally win for the most part, unless it's somebody like Undertaker who has a streak, Triple H is probably going to win the match. Now, against Daniel Bryan, if Daniel Bryan doesn't win the match against Triple H and loses because Triple H is an asshole in that perspective, because he owns the company, and not only that, again, he doesn't really like losing at WrestleMania, that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. That is completely and utterly retarded. Hands down, stupid. People will boo Triple H so goddamn hard, and I'm sorry. Daniel Bryan needs to win that. Secondly, The only way I can see them fixing WrestleMania's main event now is if Daniel Bryan has a stipulation with Triple H in which if Bryan wins, right after he wins, he gets to be put into the main event. If that doesn't happen, the main event's just gonna get booed like all hell, and nobody's gonna give a shit about Randy Orton and Batista, and some people will probably leave. Some people might stop watching it too at that point. They might just be like, alright, I got the network, it's only $10. I didn't pay $60 for it, so I don't have to worry about getting my money's worth, and I'm just gonna not watch the rest of this now. You know, it's, that's pretty much what's gonna happen, man. They need to put Daniel Bryan in it some way, somehow. Change Triple H's opponent, do something. This is a little silly, but yeah. Next up is a superstar that I think should probably be having a push right about now. And that's Ziggler, Dolph Ziggler. For those of you that don't know, I really enjoy Dolph Ziggler. I enjoy him as much as I enjoy Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, who isn't wrestling anymore at this moment. But I enjoy Daniel Bryan and Ziggler, and why can I not think of anybody else at this moment? Because there's a bunch of people that Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, all those old people and stuff as well from the Attitude Era. Pretty much everybody from the... There's a couple people that I guess I wouldn't like from the Attitude Era, but Attitude Era had a lot of great superstars. So did the Ruthless Aggression Era. There are a lot of people that you can just enjoy. But then again, that's when having jobbers sort of didn't, jobbers weren't heavily apparent back then. Even in the Ruthless Aggression Era, there were people that still won a match every now and then, even though they lost the majority of their matches, instead of just outright losing every single fucking match. Like Zack Ryder does, for example. I don't understand why Zack Ryder loses every single match that he's in, but whatever. I don't know what Zack Ryder did to deserve that. I don't understand it at all, actually. I don't understand why people like Alex Riley and Yoshi Tatsu aren't ever shown, but still on the roster, I think. I mean, if you go on WWE's site, you don't see Yoshi Tatsu there, I don't think. I could be wrong, though. Let me check really quick. But, you don't see him anymore. As to why you don't see them, I don't know why. Let's see here. So, yeah, see, there's Zack Ryder, Zeb Coulter. Let's check SmackDown. Let's see, is he at the end of it? Yeah, he actually is there, and he never gets used. Another thing that bothers me is that the Authority... Oh, yeah, actually, there's another good point. Where the fuck is Tyson Kidd? He came back for one match with his wife, and that's it? Or fiance, one of the two. I don't particularly know if it's the wife or fiance. I haven't watched Total Divas in a while, so I would not know, and I have not looked that up, so I wouldn't know again. But, there's so many people that I could name off right now that, I actually, as a matter of fact, I'm on the site, so I might as well take the time really quick to name off people that I think personally deserve a push. The people that are on this page right now I really don't care. Alex Riley deserves a push, clearly. If you're wondering which page I'm on the WWE website, and I'm just going through the Raw superstars. Alexander Rusev, I just want to see him debut. I don't know when he's going to debut. Probably the Monday after WrestleMania, to be completely honest. But he looks pretty interesting, actually. He moves around great for a big guy. But yeah, Alex Riley. Who else do we got here? We got, actually, there's nobody on this page that really deserves a push, to be honest. I don't know where Brodus Clay has been. I don't know where the hell he's been at. CM Punk is still in the Superstars list for some odd reason. His head looks a lot bigger than his body for some strange reason in that picture. I'm not sure why, but he does. Cesaro could deserve a push. Not more than somebody else, like maybe Zack Ryder or Dolph Ziggler, but Cesaro is clearly getting build up, and it'd be nice to see him get a push. Curtis Axel, I don't know what they're doing with him and Ryback. Personally, I think they both deserve a push and should stop being jobbers, but let's see here. I don't know where David Otunga has been, but they were actually doing something with him for a while, and he looked kind of impressive. But then after that, he stopped showing up and, stopped wrestling. Dolph Ziggler clearly deserves a push. I don't know why he's still not World Heavyweight Champion at this point. This is a little silly. He had it for like a month and a half, and for an entire month while owning it, was out with a concussion. And WWE said that he wasn't grabbing them ratings and shit. And I'm like, yeah, that's because he's been injured for like a month. You understand this correctly, right? No, you don't understand it correctly, clearly. I don't know who else. I don't know why they still have Primo and Epico here when clearly Fernando and for whatever the fuck the other guy's name is, clearly they're Primo and Epico. Everybody knows this by now. I don't understand why that's there. Anyways, Evan Bourne's on here too. I don't know where he's been, but he's awesome and he deserves a push. I don't know where JTG has been. I don't know if I should say he deserves a push, but I mean, he's on this list and apparently, he's, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, then there's Kofi Kingston, who was supposed to get a push, but didn't get one. He was for a bit, but just kind of stopped. Then we also have The Miz. I don't know where the hell he's been. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm sorry. He was expressing his opinion about his job and got fucked up like Ziggler did and started losing some matches from time to time. Yeah. Naomi deserves a push. She's a really good wrestler. She's pretty much the female Kofi Kingston, and seeing a female do what a man can do is always very impressive. I'm not shooting on females, by the way, when I said that. It's just the divas in the WWE, as everybody knows right now, kind of are boring, besides AJ and, like, maybe one or two other people. Besides NXT. All the divas in NXT, besides maybe one or two of them, are actually all great. But, the divas are pretty generally uninteresting. But Naomi has a bit of a flair in her, and it's kind of interesting to see her wrestle. And, yeah, I don't know where R-Truth has been. I think of the last time he wrestled, it was a couple months ago, maybe 2. Literally a couple, instead of me saying couple and then I mean more, but whatever. I don't know what they're doing with Rey Mysterio. Yeah, there's Ryback. I think Ryback should get a push. I don't know what they're doing with Santino and Emma, but they kind of seem to be getting a little bit of a push right now, so I won't count that. But Santino usually jobs, though, so whatever. Tamina Snuka, in my opinion, should probably get a push at some point. As a matter of fact, she should be Divas Champion other than AJ. That's another person that I can think of besides Naomi that probably deserves to win the Divas title. Because she generally does a good job herself. I don't know where the hell Tensai is. He's not around with Brodus Clay either. I'm a little pissed off that they introduced Xavier Woods and then didn't do anything with him afterwards because they didn't put Brodus Clay. They never finished that rivalry, actually, now that I think about it. Him and Brodus Clay were having a rivalry, and instead of him and Brodus Clay fighting, it was always R-Truth and Brodus Clay, and I was like, what the hell are you doing with Xavier Woods? This is why everybody thinks WWE is racist. But anyways, moving on, yeah, Zack Ryder's next to Xavier Woods. Zack Ryder should obviously, in my opinion, get a push, but Moving on to SmackDown, Oksana is one that I don't know how many people like her, but I don't really care too much about her, but I wouldn't say she deserves a push, but maybe just get on TV a little bit more. Alicia Fox is actually pretty good, so it'd be nice to see her up there again. I love how they actually have Wade Barrett listed as Bad News Barrett, but can he just wrestle in general, please, and stop giving his news? I mean, you can do that at the same time. Actually, if you want him to be Bad News Barrett, then let him be Bad News Barrett. But at least let him have matches at the same time too, instead of just randomly being there to announce something. I think Christian works a bit better as a face than a heel, in my personal opinion. But Christian just in general deserves, for a while now, a push. But I don't know about now. While he's a heel, it's a little awkward in my personal opinion. Cody Rhodes and his brother had a push not too long ago, so I can see a good future with Cody Rhodes, though, so I think he's in good standing for a while, unless WWE decides to not push him, like everybody else. Kurt Hawkins is apparently in this list, and I don't see his ass anywhere, so let's not even talk about him. Damian Sandow, don't know where he's been, but I can see him as being a great wrestler. He's had a great match with John Cena already. But WWE clearly doesn't know how to use their superstars effectively, so yeah. Next we got Darren Young, who I think should have a good future, but instead Titus O'Neil, because, you know, he's the muscle, is probably going to get a better future than Darren Young, because WWE clearly likes muscle-bound motherfuckers. But anyways, not that people that have a lot of muscle are bad in WWE, it's just there's a lot of people that have a lot of muscle that are always getting pushed, cough cough John Cena, and, you know, there's a bunch of smaller people that I think that should be getting pushed over the muscle-bound people, but, you know, cough cough Batista is another one at the moment. But then again, he's friends with Triple H, so they're buddies, and he gets special rewards and stuff. But anyways, Drew McIntyre, I love the guy to death, and it sucks that they're not doing anything with him. They really should just take him out of 3MB and let him do his own thing. But too bad they're not letting him do that, because, you know, fuck people that aren't muscle heads and, you know, actually have talent. But anyways, I don't know why Ezekiel Jackson is on this list. Apparently he's not even really that great of a wrestler. I never really paid attention to his matches. Because I didn't really, when he was around, I didn't watch WWE for a bit. And then I got back into it. Goldust, like I said, him and his brother had a bit of a push. I could give a fuck about the Great Khali, but I would like him to be more intimidating like he was when he first came out instead of how he is now. But anyways, they need to seriously get rid of that music and stop him with the stupid dancing crap. But anyways, Heath Slater is a guy that's never gotten a push, so it'd be interesting to see what they can do with him. But that'll never happen because he's a small guy that looks like a joke, right? Right. Anyways, Could you actually do something with 3MB, actually? That'd be nice to see, but whatever. Next up, we've got... they're the tag team champs right now. The Usos actually deserve being champions, though, because it's their first time being champions, so I won't argue with that. Jinder Mahal, again, part of 3MB. I think he had something going for a while, but they didn't, again, do anything with him. Justin Gabriel has not once gotten a push, I don't think. He deserves one. He's really great at wrestling, actually, in my opinion. So, yeah, they should do something with him sometime soon. If not, whatever. Anyways, Layla hasn't gotten anything recently for a while, but she had the title for a while back then, so I can kind of understand that, but you don't even really see her on TV anymore, so that's a little weird. Whew, talking a lot. Anyway, I should have refilled my water bottle, but I didn't. Mark Henry's back and everything, and he's just a powerhouse kind of guy. I don't know if he really deserves a push, but I do think somewhere in his career he should be WWE champion. The guy deserves it at least once. Come on, WWE. And Natalya, I think, is a clear candidate right now, actually, besides Naomi and Tamina to win the Divas Championship, but I think she's already had it once or twice. So it would be great to see Naomi, or even Tamina, you know, have it before Natalya gets another win with it. Let's see here. I don't even know that person. Sin Cara is actually, for those of you that still don't know, but you should by now, is actually Honeyco. Honeyco is Sin Cara at the moment. And they were doing something with him for a while, but then kind of stopped. Not sure why, but whatever. Sin Cara is definitely a person, though. Well, technically Honeyco now at this point. Sin Cara is a person that is really... I don't really know how to put it. Honeyco, as Sin Cara, I guess, should get a push, though, since he is better than the original Sin Cara. But that's only because WWE forced... For those of you that don't know, WWE forced the original Sin Cara, which I think his actual name is Mystico, his other in-ring name or something like that, but Mystico, aka Sin Cara, did not get, he wasn't doing well as the Sin Cara character, because WWE told him to wrestle a certain way that he's not used to wrestling as, and that caused him to get injured a lot, and botch a lot and stuff, so that's the only reason why that happened to him, and now Honeyco's in his place. Honeyco has been doing a great job, actually, as Sin Cara. He botched, like, once or twice, I think, maybe. But, you know, being a high flyer, there's a couple times when you're gonna botch. Sometimes you'd miss the placement of wherever you're gonna be at. I mean, Kofi Kingston does it from time to time, and the other high flyers have done it, so, I mean, you know. Anyways, Titus O'Neil, like I said, I see him being more in place of Darren Young, and I think that he's going to be the guy that excels in WWE in terms of placement, not actual wrestling, because I think Titus is an okay wrestler. I don't really think he's great or anything, though. Tyson Kidd should be wrestling matches, but he's not wrestling at all, so I don't know what the hell they're doing with him. So yeah, that's a little weird. And Yoshitatsu again, like I said with Tyson Kidd, and Alex Riley don't even get TV time, so it's like, okay, whatever. Whew! Okay, so yeah, that's all the people that I think, you know, should get a push, or at least have something done with them. But yeah, that's my list right there, really quick to go by. And I think the last thing I'd probably want to talk about is, oh yeah, the Shield's match. The Shield are probably clearly going to have a match at WrestleMania, whether it's a triple threat or not. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a triple threat. It's pretty clear that they are going to have a match, and it is probably going to be for the U.S. title. Roman Reigns is probably going to win that, and if he does, I'll be happy with that, because I enjoy Roman Reigns. I think he's a great wrestler. If not a good crowd pleaser, in the sense that he pops out of nowhere and does his finishers and stuff, and that's pretty entertaining. But yeah, and then, you know, the NXT Arrival match, or I mean the NXT match in general, if that happens, you know, Adrian Neville and Bo Dallas, that'll be good, because the NXT match was good, and they put on a good show so far, and they'll probably put on another good one at WrestleMania if it happens. As far as the Tag Team Championships, people have been talking, saying that the Usos won't have it for very long. And unfortunately, I agree. I think WWE is not going to let them have it for very long, and they'll probably drop it at WrestleMania, because they didn't get their WrestleMania moment. I thought that the Usos were going to win the Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania and not Raw, but it happened at Raw, so guess what? The Usos are probably going to drop them to whoever on SmackDown. So yeah. That's unfortunate. Another rumored match has been Cesaro versus Ziggler, or not Ziggler, Cesaro versus Swagger. I think Cesaro's going to win that. Cesaro is a great wrestler overall. Swagger generally is too, but Cesaro at the moment is obviously better than him at the moment. Again, at the moment, I'm going to keep saying that because it is at the moment. But anyways, yeah, Swagger and Cesaro, that'll probably be a good match. You know, they have good chemistry together since they're a tag team and everything. They've seen each other work, in essentially, so yeah. What other matches have been rumored? Oh yeah, Cody Rhodes versus his brother Goldust. That's technically been due since like 2 years, but if it finally happens, that'll be interesting to see and pretty cool to watch. So yeah. I don't really have too much to say about that one. I think it's just going to be a good match. Jesus. The reason I keep going, by the way, is because I really am trying to think here. And I don't know why. I think out loud, and when I think out loud, I say, first. Yeah, moving on. I don't know. I think that's all the matches that I've heard of so far. Oh, wait, Big E versus, there was another match. It was Big E versus somebody. I don't remember what it was going to be, actually. If Big E has a match with somebody, though, I'm pretty sure he will. It hasn't been announced yet. It hasn't been hinted towards yet. So if he has a match with somebody, that'll probably be good. You know, I can't really speak for it because I don't know who he's going to be fighting. But, yeah, whoever... Big E's generally a good wrestler from most of the time, so... I can see him having a good match at WrestleMania. And another match that's obviously going to happen, that's the one that I've been thinking of, is Ziggler versus Del Rio, which I'm crossing my fingers that Ziggler better win, because they haven't really been doing anything with Del Rio for a while, and it would be random to have him win at WrestleMania, in my opinion. But, you know, WWE's taking a shit on everybody, you know, like Ryback, Ziggler, Miz, that speak their opinion about their own company, and they've obviously been burying them all, so, you know, fuck that. So Ziggler's probably going to lose, but I'd love it if he won, because Ziggler makes people look good, and he makes himself look good by being awesome. No pun intended, because I was just talking about Miz. But yeah, that's my opinion on all the WrestleMania junk and superstars that I think that need to be pushed or at least seen on fucking TV and win a match every now and then. I've actually found it kind of funny. People are pointing it out. You know, there are people that want Ryback to be a face and start winning matches. Maybe even fight Curtis Axel and win a match against him and start him back up as a face. I'd like to see that because people actually like Ryback when he was a face. People loved him. It's so random to have him turn heel and then lose and everything. But anyways, yeah, that's all the time I have to talk about and all the stuff I wanted to talk about anyways. Whew. So that was a lot. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Hopefully you guys are staying sexy. Hopefully you are staying sexy. And if you're enjoying the videos, again, subscribe and like the video and stuff and comment and whatnot. And I already did my outro. So stay sexy, people. Peace.